Well, it was a great team win today. Believe it or not, I got to give a lot of credit to Doug Straley and Dave Boetti, our training staff, because to get Calvin back and Naquan has a broken nose and get both those guys on the court, little undermanned, our training staff did a phenomenal job. So I think our depth helped us wear them down a little bit. And we got to play, I think, 8 or 9 guys, double-figure minutes, and I thought Calvin was a big key. And even Naquan in his limited minutes gave us great energy off the bench. So good win. Happy with it. A lot of room for improvement. That's all I got.
Steve, early in the second half, Zane goes down with his 4th foul, 3 minutes in. How much did that change the tenor of the game in terms of matchups and going a little smaller?
Well, that's why I gave Dave and Doug the credit, because if he wasn't here, it really changed the game. But when you have him, tomato, tomato. You know, I have the luxury of having 2 really good foremen. You know, and at times I could even play them together at the 4 and the 3 or 5 and the 4. So obviously we want Zane on the court, but he got some, you know, careless fouls and then a couple, you know, good ones. But you know, having Calvin coming in and getting 9 rebounds, and I think kind of boosted our offense a little bit. I thought it was a nice compliment to our depth.
Calvin, first one back after missing the last couple. One, how did it feel out there? And second, can you take me through that possession where you hit the 3 at the shot clock to get lead?
One, ankle feels pretty good. Thank you to Doug and Dave. I've been getting treatment like 3 times a day. So to come back for this game and play with my team, it was the greatest feeling ever. And all I heard was coach saying, shoot it, shot clock. So those are the easiest ones to make. You don't got to think worry about it going around.
For both of you, Cal and Z, how relieving is it now to get on the scoreboard with the first conference win, start a 3-game homestand? You got 2 big ones coming up.
It's a great feeling. We just got to build on this. Starting tomorrow, come in, lock in, and get ready for Ryder.
Yeah, go on to the next. All it takes is one, so on to the next. Got to stay with the process and build from this one.
Steve, to follow up on that, how much more do you see the potential to build off of this with the way you finished the second half coming into Ryder on Friday?
I'm going to say this humbly. If I was everyone else, I would panic. If you're on 5, I'd panic. We have the blueprint. Everyone else is still guessing with the exception of Tim Clues. We know it. That's all that matters. We're fine. So we're going to go day by day, get better. We know what it takes to get to the NCAAs. Everyone else is still guessing with the exception of Ione. We'll be playing our best basketball come March. That's all that matters. I'd like to have a better record than we do right now, but you know what? We'll get there, and we'll be ready come March. So I understand why people, you know, get upset, and I get it, and I'd like to have more wins to show for it, so with these guys, but we'll be where we need to be. We know the blueprint, we know what it takes, we're going to stay true to our process. In times of doubt, trust we believe in we. That's our motto. We believe in me. We're not worried about anybody else.
Any update on Rich, or is that still day to day?
We're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to talk with our AD, and we're going to talk with Rich a little bit and make some decisions. He's probably, I thought the last 2 days of practice he was the best player on the court, arguably. Pretty close. He came back, has looked really good. He's full go right now. He could play. We're going to have to make some decisions and see if he's at 100% and where we are, and try to make a team decision here, what's best for the young man and what's best for our program in the college.
Steve, 21 second half points off of turnovers, a lot more like Manhattan we're used to seeing. Where did that energy come from? What was the difference?
Our depth, and that's why I keep saying our training room did a phenomenal job, because without, even though see those 10 minutes, let Tyler and Z get their legs under them. And why guys like Matt Scott, who's a terrific basketball player, and Barton and Dukes, they're out there. I think they played, you know, 33, 36, 37. Our guys are resting. So Nay and Aaron are out there getting our guys ball. Now we come back with 2 fresh guards. It's hard to play against that all night. But when you only have 8 guys, you can't really, you know, if you have one weak link, it really affects the whole group. And that's one of the reasons we struggled. When we have injuries, we struggle more than any other team in this conference, because depth is such a big thing for us.
Coach, the assist-to-turnover ratio is something that really flipped in the second half. The offense really seemed to mesh. What can you say about how the offense started to work for you?
Zavier Turner started making better decisions, 6-2, and I think the last game he was 6-1, and then Tyler Wilson 4 assists. So when you have our point guards finding guys in the right spots and setting us up for success, that's going to make all the difference in the world. I think he did a good job of understanding the pick and rolls, how they were playing it. He did a really bad job in the first half. Him and I had a good conversation that was one way at halftime, and then he made some good adjustments.
To follow that up, Z, do you feel it's coming together a little more over the past couple of games?
Yeah, I do.
Glad you do.
We just, honestly, we see it. We know the answers, like Coach say, but we just have mental lapses in the game, and that's one thing that we got to correct, and we have to have less of. That's the only thing.
When you was hitting them jump shots, like what were you thinking, like when you let them
It's good.
Holding it was good. My teammates give me confidence. They pass to me and then they say shoot it, Cal. So I'm thinking it's good every time. It's pretty good fit.
Steve Masiello, two good games in a row, double Saturday, almost comes up with another one tonight. Earlier in the year, you mentioned how far he's come and how much he's progressed coming off two injuries. How much more has he evolved as the season's gone on?
Out of 10, he's at a 3 of his potential. I might believe in Sammy more than anyone else in this program because he's the hardest worker, he's the most mature, he's handled the most adversity. There's no doubt, I will go to the end of the earth with Sammy because he has such a strong belief in what he does. And so I know he just has so much rust on him. You know, imagine not writing a story for 2 years and then they say, write a story. You're going to make a ton of mistakes, and he's just getting into form. Every time he gets a rebound, he gains confidence in his body and his knee. Again, give our training staff credit, the job they've done with him to get him back playing this way at this stage in the year. Really, really proud of him, and a credit to what we're doing.
Steve, I gave you a bit of a boost in the second half, 6 points, but a lot of energy. What have you seen from him in the ups and downs of this freshman campaign?
It's not about talent. I looked at Aaron and I sat him because the rest of the team was up, and he was sitting when Tyler got on the floor. And I said, well, why are you sitting? Why are you not cheering? He said, well, I couldn't see. I said, yeah, because you're sitting. If you would stand up, you could see. He's a good kid. He doesn't understand every little thing matters. What I was proud of, though, is I got on him. I told him he was done for the night. I threw him in, and he got on the floor right away. And so his mind was in the right place. That's what I like to see. And then the rest of the night, he was a great teammate. So those little things matter. For him, it's just about maturity. It's just about growing up. We all know how talented he is. But all that talent is meaningless if you don't have good culture. And that's something we got to make sure these young guys understand.